think I'm live. I am live. I am live. Let's see. So, just uno momento. Hmm? Yes, it's there. Oops. Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are hearing me. Yes, this is where I'm coming. Aha. So, here I am. Nice to have you once again, lovers. How una dey do? As una just dey come, so make una dey share. One love, one love, one love. Nice to see you guys. Please share, 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 so that we can discussion this very nice discussion. Yeah. Let me quickly go to my page. Not mind me. I have not shared. I was busy with something else. Why will? That's me. So just a moment. No, not from there. I hope Iyeki is sharing. I just tricked her. I have not even come live, but I told her to share. Okay, I did share now. Wow. Right. Yes, 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 yes. It's nice time to come together and learn something very constructive and have some knowledge and understand what are going around us. Yeah. This is just going to be an informal discussion. It's not like Bible stories session we do. And this is going to be about the second time I'm doing a topic. Yeah, this is a topic, and you can see it on the screen, on the scrolling, or on the title of this very broadcast, what the title is all about. So I have a pin that so that I can be seeing everything. Yes, good evening to everybody in the house. I greet you all in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you very much for coming. Yeah. I can see we are growing up to 45 people in the house. So that means we should be having nothing less than 45 share. Please try to share this very broadcast to your friends, to your family, so that they can benefit and understand and be blessed as well. Yeah. It's a very great privilege to have a very constructive discussion with ourselves. Yeah. As for me, that's what I prefer. So I just simply do what I prefer to do, yeah? So that we don't get it twisted, so that you don't misunderstood my intention, yeah? So when we kick start today, like you see, usually I will always tell you that before I come up with any specific topic after studying it, or maybe something I have known before, I think it is going to be of benefit to you, then I will definitely come up with it. That has been my promise, and I think I'm gradually fulfilling it, right? So, for those of you that may have not known me, I am Daddy Cool, and these many lovers are in the house today. I know some are watching from YouTube. I'm only broadcasting from two places, that is YouTube and Ambrose General Services. That is where we are right now. So, please still try to share these two places to other friends, because this is what we do here. The people that are following specifically this very page, they also follow Yeki. Of course, I know them through Yeki. They are very intelligent people and they need something like this. It is good for you to know the kind of audience you have, so that you can appropriately give them what would be of their own benefit, and you'll be able to keep them alive and abreast. That's what it's all about. So today we want to talk about what is friendship. What is friendship? I'm not asking what is a friend. No, that has a different definition from what friendship is. In the real context, what is friends? What do you know about friendship? Not just if I say tell me about a friend or what is a friend, you might probably be describing one of your good friend or one of your awkward friend. That's not what it means. The friendship in its word, what does it actually entails by those who have really studied better and more than us? So I got this quote from Aristotle. Aristotle is a great Greek philosopher. I know many of you know him. We, I mean, today, many universities still study his works. We still use some of his terms to determine issues, and many court people actually adopted some of his philosophies. So he is a very big, renowned philosopher in his own time. And I believe a lot of you in the house may have heard that word before, Aristotle, the law of Aristotle, or the philosophy of Aristotle, as the case may be. Yeah. So Aristotle perfectly described what friendship is in three simple steps and characteristics of friendship. What is friendship? So he described it so perfectly. Many other philosophers have similar description, but he happens to be the very first person to differentiate them and place them in three categories. What indeed a friendship means and what it is all about. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the things we are going to be talking about today based on the philosophy of Uncle Aristotle, who is from Greek and he was a great philosopher. And I believe many of you may have read his words, read his books or his articles, his materials from the museum or from your study line. Is possible because if you are studying law, you must have come across one of his philosophy. And if you are an anthropologist, of course, I believe you will deal with most of his own understanding about humanity, mankind, and relationship with mankind and races and things like that. So he's very popular. That's what I'm trying to say. So every student that may have come up to the stage of university will definitely know Aristotle, irrespective of what your discipline was or is. So today we're going to be discussing three types of friendship. So, in our society, when you happens to meet somebody daily and you happens to end up discussing one or two things, or maybe you like him, you can quickly conclude, oh, that's my friend. Well, if you say it's your friend, how would you then categorize, okay, that is my acquaintance, or that is my colleague, for instance, or that is just my homeboy, somebody I know. You could do things together, but that does not necessarily mean you are friends. And friendship on that ground is not established like friendship based on one of these characteristics we're going to be discussing just today. Yeah. So thank you very much. Oh, we've really increased there while I was talking. God bless you if you're just coming in. We are going to discuss about friendship, not friends. We are not discussing friends. Friends is just an individualistic people that you have contact with at some point. That's not the part we are discussing. The part we are going to major on is the part of friendship in totality as the entity of it. What does it mean entirely? Is it really representing what we thought about or what we think it is? Are we able to put them in right perspective so that whichever one we find ourselves, we can be very, very okay with ourselves and know this is the kind of friendship I am into. So, number one of such friendship as described by Aristotle. Aristotle, na trouble you enter today for my hand because I will keep repeating your word and your name, okay? I'm sorry, I won't be able to be reading comments just like that yet, but after discussing one point, or maybe at some point while discussing a point, I may want to see if there is any reaction from the audience, or maybe you might want to ask any question, okay? But I will rather say you don't have to ask any question just yet because you've not heard anything, have you? So you need to just hold on, relax a little bit. When I go into it, then you will be able to find something you may not understand and want to ask questions. Otherwise, just let's enjoy the ride, yeah? One of such description which he gave was friendship based on utility. That's number one friendship. And that is one of the most common friendship people can easily make without having to check whether there is a good character or your background or even having any other points in mind. Friendship of based on utility. You know what we call this in our own society? We call it friendship on friends of benefit or friendship of benefit. You usually call it. Well, we use it in the very wrong terms, or rather in the negative terms. Friendship with benefit is actually not a bad thing. No. Except you use it based on one very linear line without having to look at the whole broader way of what does it actually entails to say friends of benefit or friendship of benefit. Then you then have in totality, it is rather best put friendship based on utility. That is, if you begin to look at into friendship based on utility, you will find out that this very benefit you're talking about is actually supposed to be based on the law of reciprocity. Reciprocal. That, let's put it this best way, yeah. Companies can be friends with each other, like a company that create motor parts, for instance, will easily be a friend to a garage, a motor garage, because each time they deal with themselves, they now have acquaintances. The staffs of these guys knows the staff of these guys. They have exchanged pleasantries several times. They have exchanged business deals several times. There is some bill that is not paid, a letter will be exchanged reminding them, stuff like that. This is also a friendship. That friendship which these two companies has with each other, that they keep relating with each other from time to time, is based on utility, meaning they are benefiting from each other. Me as a garage, for instance, I have a need of carburetor parts for a vehicle, for instance. I can rely on my friendship based on this company, that even if they don't have it, they will go all out to make sure that it is either shipped from another plant or another branch of theirs. So you will find out that most things you will be able to do with this very company because of your constant contact with them, based on what you could do with each other, based on the utility part, which is now on the ground of business. You will find out that most things are easier for you to achieve and realize more quicker than you having to struggle with just a new strange company. You don't know how they operate. You can't even trust them that the parts you are looking for is there, or maybe the price is not excessively hiked, or they are not going to give you a disappointing delay to deliver your parts, things like that. So that is also part you can call French based on utility. Now you can also see on individualistic base. If I, for instance, as a student of mathematics, let's put it that way, I know statistics very well, but somehow I don't know calculus that much. And is somebody in the class who knows calculus so much does not know much about statistics that much. Not that he will fail it, but he wants to have it. You understand me? Amber, just give me some minutes. Somebody's knocking at the door. I think these kids. Just a moment, please. Yeah?
Can I get my ball, please, from
Oh, yes. Go ahead. Go get it. Yes. Sorry. Go get it. Huh? Oh, yeah, it's okay. Go get it. Yeah? Wow. Very decent children. Yeah? Their ball fell from the fence into my compound, so they need to knock first and say, please, can I get my ball over here? Somebody threw it through over the net. I say, yeah, go get it. Very polite and cultured children, yeah? So let's continue. That is one of the most easiest one. You can have more, like if I am your friend, for instance, that because I can do certain things for you, and in reciprocation, you also can do certain things for me. That is friendship based on utility. It is not entirely bad that that friendship of utility is not based on one-way traffic. No, it is both ways. It is like this. So if I am benefiting you one way, you should be able to reciprocate, benefiting me in another way. So based on this very one, no one is exploiting another person. So it's not like just one way. So, but if a friend or friendship is based on this utility and the only blessing is coming from one way and the other part is not reciprocating in any way at all, that is now exploiting one part. So that is what we call friends of benefit or friendship based on benefit. So entirely when you say utility, that means something useful. So both of you will be useful to each other. You will be useful to me in a way, I will be useful to you in another way. So it can range from business, from lectures, from just normal companionship. It could be for anything at all, you know. I know many parents become friends because their children goes to one school. They always meet in the afternoon, they always meet in the morning. From there, they can build a kind of friendship. You understand? That is just one part of it, as described by Aristotle. And the second part of this friendship is friendship based on pleasure. Yes, you've heard many people say it's my party partner or my party friend. So what concerns you and that guy is anything called groove. Anything called groove, he will invite you. But when it comes to business or any other hustling, you are not there because he's busy with somebody else who he has a business of, friendship of business with. So when it comes to grooving, he will always remember to call you, hey, let's go groove, or there is a party in a place like this, or there is a party in a place like that. Why? You have common interest in grooving and having one common interest of pleasure. So your activity is the same. So you like the same thing that he likes, and he has the same enthusiasm to go there, and he find you fit to go there together. That is also a part of friendship. And that kind of friendship can still be on football. I like football, you like football. So we easily can come together. You will find out that most things we discuss will not be outside football or discussing football stars, how much they earn, the clothing they are wearing, how many endorsements have they signed, how they performed last match, how good they are, blah, blah, blah. These are the things these friends we keep discussing. They may even end up arguing, cussing themselves out. Tomorrow you see them come back again, discussing even the match that has not been played yet. They will start cussing themselves out, boasting, and they are not even going to the stadium. But they have one thing in common, and that one thing in common is football. They both love it, whether they are good players or not, doesn't matter, but they are fans of football. And they eventually end up discussing football 247. They can cuss themselves out. They can tell each other rubbish stuff. You will still find them tomorrow coming back to that same topic. Why? That is the binding rope that brings them together all the time. Same thing. You have a gogoro friend, yeah? Yeah, some people will say, hey, man, let's go call that guy more, go sharks more. You know, that same person boldly say, let me call that guy. There are some guys he will hide away from, not want to let them know he's going to drink. But other guys are there too, which are now his own pleasure-based friendship they have because they can shout together, they can make silly jokes, they can do anything, they can mess up as a jolly good fellow. He likes it, but maybe the other ones are not like that. He will not call them. He will rather dodge them and call the main guys whom he has that friendship with. You will find him going there together in the joint or in the ghetto to go chill together and things like that. That is called pleasure-based friendship as described by Aristotle. Now, if you look at the first one and look at the second one, many people will find themselves having friendship of utility and friendship based on pleasure. All of us manifest this thing at some point. We have all these people. If I want to discuss politics right now, I know the people I will call and want to hear the rating. Why? That is what binds us together. I can't discuss business with them. I've never done anything called business with them. Why? They are not the business type that I do. So they do all their things. They could have business relationship with other people, but not with me. I know they love politics and they're into politics. They have the real story of politics. So if I want to know something, you will find myself calling them, hey, bro, what's up, man? Hey, long time. We are friends. But because we have the same interest of pleasure, he has pleasure in listening to what politics is being played out. Because if there is anything happening in Europe, he will also call me, hey, are you aware of this? And I say, yes, I'm aware. Can you tell me about it? Say, yeah, the issue was like this, the issue is like that, the issue is like, I will explain to him. Then I will also refer him to some website where he can find the actual fact of the information. So that is what we find common amongst ourselves that we do as friends. So I can still call him friends, but this is the definition of the kind of friendship I have with these people. But do you know the most reason why we get into trouble sometimes? We do not appropriately or properly describe the kind of friendship you have with certain people you ever have contact with. Either friendship based on utility or friendship based on pleasure. But when you have this kind of two friendship and you are expecting the third one to play out, that is where you find people quarreling. Why? The idea of what they are going into is not properly defined. The third one is friendship based on character. Now, there are some people you love so much. You love them not because they will ever be of any use to you, such as on utility ground, say utility-based friendship. No, they cannot. You don't like them. They are not your friends just because they can even offer you anything. Yeah. Secondly, you don't even have common interest. Possibly what you like is such a crazy thing, and what this person like is such a very like. You understand what I mean? But still, you become a friend to that very individual based on the character of that very personality. I hope you understand. So that is called friendship based on character. I love the character of this guy. So based on that, you are attracted to that very person because that person has a good character. Let's stop there just for a while. Let's go back to the very first two. If your friendship with any individual is based on utility or based on pleasure, and you are expecting a character to play out in these very first two, you are misjudging the whole concept of what kind of friendship you are having. So based on that, you say, this person a bad person. No, that person couldn't have really been a bad person because your friendship with this person was based on utility or rather based on pleasure ground. But you are expecting characteristics to play out there. It is not possible because the choosing of both of you was never based on anything called character or having any characteristics of binding both of you together. But by the time you manifest the very first and the second, which is in this case, utility and pleasure-based friendship. So character, or rather the characteristics of that individual shouldn't have been a matter to you. Why? That is not the basis of your friendship with this guy. On the other hand, if my friendship with a particular person is based on character and not even on utility or any other thing, whether pleasure based or whatsoever, then the person behave otherwise, then I am justified to be disappointed. Why? I had loved you before because of your character. Now suddenly you flip over, your character is very awkward compared to what made me love you. Many of you may have known that already, yeah? Many of you may have been disappointed in so many people. You love them based on their character. At the end of the day, the character was not performed up to optima, and you begin to see downfall and deterioration of his or her character. You that have friendship with such an individual based on the character you have loved from the beginning will be disappointed. Not those whose friendship with that same individual was just based on benefit or the same personal pleasure based. What I like is what you like. So that is what is bringing us together. You understand what I mean? So that is what it is. Now let's dwell a bit uh, on this very character based friendship. This is a very difficult friendship to make and to find. Do you understand? And this kind of friendship leads to so many things. And the ultimacy of this kind of friendship between any man or any woman eventually ends up in love. It has to start from this. Every other friendship we described can actually end up in marriage. Everyone, whether utility based, of course, you see women marrying men because of money, and men marry women because of money, vice versa. So that could be utility based friendship that eventually brought about marriage. Whether it lasts, whether it stand the test of time, whether they have it smooth, because if that utility, the demand and supply is not flowing, of course, we should all know what the result could eventually be. Then even personal pleasure, because we can see two sport people getting married because of them having the same interest. So they're always together. From there, they fall in love and get married. But the most difficult one, well, difficult, not really, but it is just there. It is not like actually difficult. No, it's not. But it is actually like rare. Yeah, that's the right word. It is very rare to find this character based friendship. But I can beat my chest to say every one of you listening to me have one or two character based friend. It's not like the friend has, if you want to weigh the friends comes to say education, possibly couldn't be your friend. Status of life couldn't be, because those are not matter to you. But there is a particular reason you become a friend of this very particular individual. Everybody has it. I have it. People have it towards me, and I have it towards other people. It could be one, it could be two, it could be three, it could be 100, it could be 10. Depends on what contact you have with people and how far you've gone with people. And this kind of friendship, character based, does not just start instantaneously as such, like utility based and pleasure based. Utility based can start immediately, even on the street. If any sister start, oh sister, I like this your hair. Where did you buy it? Oh yeah, na me dey do am. Oh really? So you can make hair? Hey yeah, can you make my hair? Because I've seen you done this before. Can you make my hair? Yeah, I can make your hair. Okay. This is called utility based. Why? You are looking for where to get your hair fixed. And eventually you find somebody who could do it for you. And that is not just one time transaction. You end up exchanging numbers. Okay, let me give you my number. You can call me. Okay, number is exchanged. Oh, when do you have time? Oh, sorry, I don't have time tomorrow. Can we make it on Monday? Okay, Monday I will come. While making that hair, you end up discussing one or two things. If your hair is due again, you coming back again to get it fixed from us. So gradually you have one or two things to do with each other. But on character based, it's a total different thing. It has to, this is the one of the longest investigation of any mankind, even without we knowing that we're actually investigating somebody before we eventually fall into that friendship, not falling in love, not infatuation. No. We will talk about love another day, as described by most of these great philosophers as well. So this kind of friendship is hard to come by, because they will usually involve a whole lot of things, because it's not something you build in a day, but either of those two can actually result to you now having to know the characteristics of the people you are associating yourself with at any given time. So that can make you discover what characters they are, and at the end of the day, you become a very tight friendship. So it can either come whichever way, but it starts by you having contact with people, or seeing the doings of other people, or having to know about them. Like me, I like Aristotle, for instance, because I read several of his books. I like Isaac Newton, a great mathematician and scientist. Why? Most of the books I read as a student at school, both in the secondary and university, I still find some of the names, that is some of the calculations that we always refer to according to Isaac Newton, or according to the formula of Isaac Newton. Things like that, you will keep hearing it. Is it Pythagoras, or is it algebra, which is called algebra now, but it's supposed to be algebra. It's from Middle East. So things like that, I like them, though I don't know them, but it is the work they did that makes me fall in love with them. Why? Because of the benefit I have derived from what they did, they left behind. But having this kind of a friendship based on characteristics, we need you to spend time together and share a common activities with yourself. From there, you begin to see if this individual's character, not that you are cross-checking, no, that's not the basis point of it. It comes naturally. Uh, it comes on its own without you having to do anything much. Because at the end of the day, it's not like you have it in mind to keep any friend of good character. No, you simply just have to do with each other. So from there, it will dawn on you that wow, this person has a very good character, impeccable character. So based on that, your friendship becomes just tighter and tighter and tighter. You find yourself sharing more intimate, common things with each other, telling each other secrets, sharing sorrows together, sharing good time together, sharing happiness together. Is somebody you easily can call and talk with. So why? There is a considerable amount of trust based on the character you have found out in the life of that person. So you have beginning to build your own idea about that person, and you have judged that person to be uh, with a good character. So based on that, you will promptly find yourself just like somebody you can actually pour out your heart to. And such a friend with such an impeccable character will actually listen to you, and we listen to you and console you. We'll be there with you when you are actually having jollification time. And we'll also be there with you when you are having a very tough time. That is how it works. That is one of them. But for this to happen, both of you must or may have shared some good quality time together, either doing sport together or finding things out, or maybe reading together all the time, or having a place where you all meet and hang out. So these are the places you be able to find the character of person, how the person react to the criticism of other people, how the person comport himself in the public place, how the person speak, what kind of intellectual do you think this person is? Is he intelligent enough? Is there anything extraordinary about him? Is he just one of those nuisance around, whatever? So immediately it will play out on its own just for you before your very eyes. So from there, you begin to build your own ideas about this guy and your image about him, and you find out that you are beginning to like the characteristics of that individual. Am I communicating, people? I hope you guys are understanding it, yeah? So let me just break off a little bit before we share the other three ones. God bless you all. I hope you're understanding everything, eh? God bless you all. Oh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's continue, yeah? I was thinking there is any big question in the house yet. So if you must build such, if I will advise you though, not if you must, let me just be direct, okay? I rather want you to build a very good relationship and friendship based on character, because if your friendship with any individual is based on character, both the utility and the pleasure base will automatically flow in. They all encompass everything, and you will not regret it quick or at all. Not at all. You may not regret it at all, or rather, maybe you will not regret it quick, because you you judge your relationship very well and appropriately well. So based on that, you build up friendship, and you must spend some time together. Each of those time you spend together might be that you may have to do business together. Then you know this person is a very sincere guy. He will not cheat me, or he's very responsible with time, with feedback. He has a very good sense of business and is good entrepreneur or industrialist. Depends. he has a good contribution, he has a good idea how to make money, you begin to find some few things based on that to begin to like that person. And this is based on character. Why? It is now the ability and the capability of that very person that attract you now to be a friend to that very person. That capability of that person does not necessarily need to bless you at any point. No, but still, based on that, that is why you like the person and you are a friend to that very individual. I hope you understand it, right? Oh, sorry. Why will? Yeah, I hope you understand that. Yeah. So please, as we dey usually do, man, if you understand it, just say yes, 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 yes. Sorry, God bless you. Yeah? So that my people, so that you don't unnecessarily misappropriate your anger sometime, that somebody you should have just taken as a utility friend and let your mind be at rest, you are taking that person as if it was a character-based friendship. So by the time the person behaves just the way he is, you are getting disappointed. Now so it be that you are angry and maybe you couldn't control your anger, you burst out, quarrel, bam. No, that is come somehow wrong. I understand why that is the most cases actually, yeah, because hey, don't betray me. What do you mean betray me? What kind of friendship do we really have before in the first place? Maybe possibly one part did not perfectly describe what kind of friendship there was, and you begin to assume or rather anticipate just by yourself that this is the kind of friendship you have. And yeah, that is not the reality, to be very honest. And that is why you are feeling pains of somebody betray you. You are not betrayed. Well, number two, sharing joy and sorrow is also part of this. See, every human being will not easily forget those that shares their sorrow. No. And even those that share the sorrow themselves with a friend who is in a sorrowful situation also will not easily forget. You see, because the sorrow actually does not come that frequent. Joyful time comes much more frequently than the sorrow time, but the joyful time can easily be forgotten. Why? It is very frequent. But this sorrowful time is just once a while, not like every day, because we don't, yeah, okay, we know there is a general sorrowful situation that things are not working out fine. No, I'm talking about individualistic issue that we have with that would take a good friend to come around, cheer you up, console you, be with you, pray with you, support you emotionally, psychologically, and in many cases financially. You know, that is what friendship is. A person that can do that much for you have shown gratitude of friendship at least. And that should have earned that same person who is doing all these things for you a very high mark and trust and belief and a very good recommendable character that this person have the heart of a human. So if you are a friend of such a person, reciprocation, whether it is there or not, but both parties will certainly not forget that event. That, oh, at some point like this, when I have these difficulties, this guy was with me in this situation, in that situation, in that situation, and in that situation. Yeah. So that is it. You share both joy and sorrow. Of course, to say share joy, you really don't need to invite much people. Actually, everybody will mogba mo branch. We will all branch so long there is jollof rice, fried rice, and most likely pounded yam. You don't need to invite people like us who will come and rejoice with you. But when it comes to a sorrowful time, that is when you really see friends who will come. It doesn't have to mean nobody needs to die when I mean sorrowful time, but there are some things that bothers an individual that a friend is actually needed for consolation and support, emotional support. Loving the friendship for who she is as her set of virtues. Let me tell you, like I said before, yeah, if you are loving a particular individual, you are not loving that person based on what that person can offer you. You may necessarily not have the same pleasure based idea that could have brought both of you together. But based on the characteristics and the virtue of that very individual, you will find yourself attracted to that person and become a friend. Do you understand? And this kind of friendship doesn't necessarily mean you call each other every day or you communicate every day. No, it does not even necessarily need to take you a whole year to know or be able to be convinced of the kind of characteristics of a person you're dealing with. If it is not in your heart to choose a friend with good character, it doesn't matter what the person is. So long you have one common interest, you are good to go. That is your pleasure based. Maybe your pleasure is to make trouble, for instance. So anybody who also like to instigate trouble can easily bind with you, and you can easily bind with that person, and both of you will be friends. But understand, based on that, you can easily also betray each other. Why? Troublemaking is your pleasure, or rather, saga is your pleasure. I'm only just making instance, yeah. So if that is your interest, so there is no guarantee that you will not saga each other at some point. You have not betrayed each other. You simply exercise both of your pleasure because that's what brought you together in the first place. Why will it not be the same thing that will scatter you? You understand? So, but when friendship is based on nothing else other than good character and good virtue of an individual, such friendships stand the test of time. Not all friendship can stand the test of time. No. Because at some point, friendship will fade and you begin to see the reality that, oh, after all, this friendship was based on utility. That's why you will find out that when somebody is the only the one giving side, at some point his or her eyes will be open. So, this person is cheating me. So that friendship, which is based on utility, is rather, you can rather call it friendship of benefit. So if that person is no longer benefiting that very particular thing, why she or he, it doesn't matter who the person is attracted to you to become a friend all of a sudden, then you will experience something you could call betrayal. Yeah. It's just because you are not sensitive to know or rather understand or acknowledge the kind of relationship you are keeping at any given time. I have friends. I have utility friends. I have pleasure based friends. And I also have character based friends. The way I can say I have, that is how people also have with me. So the whole world is actually interwoven with each other with contact with one way or the other. So one of such is a friendship based on the virtue of that person, the impeccable character, the things you find so fascinating and what makes that person a standard person. That is what attracts you to be a friend of such an individual. Say, okay, this person, he is a good orator. His speeches is impeccable. Like this Patrice Lumumba, that Kenyan lawyer, senior lawyer. I love to listen to his own speech because he is an intellectual. Yes, that is the category you come. He's a professor, yeah. So there is no way he will not be an intellectual person. And each time I listen to him, there is nothing I can throw out. I learn a lot and I absorb a lot, and I really, really love the way he speaks and makes references. So based on that speech, which is blessing me, and his own character of intellectuality, and a man that stands for the common man, and a man that has refused and refute the Western imperialism, there is no way I will not like him because I also have the same interest, because we are not supposed to still be under the dictatorship of imperialists. No. We are Africa that must unite and stand as the rock of Gibraltar, not shaking. We are self-reliance and self-sustenance. So this is the same message that same man preaches, whether in United Nations, whether he's going to speak with CNN, whether he's going to speak with BBC. He is a fearless orator. So based on that, I love him. I like him, but we are not friends, but my love for him is so great. So people like that, whom you can learn from, who can actually motivate you to realize whom you are as an ethnic people and as a distinct people who have faced repression and oppression for ages, and you have likes like Professor Patrice Lumumba, who will stand out irrespective of wherever he is, fearless in his speech. We declare the truth, nothing but the truth. And even the white people have never stood out to challenge him at any point in time. Why? He is apt and concise in his speech. So why will I not like him? So people like that, you will know how virtuous they are in their own way, because he has served as a minister of I forget a minister in Kenya, and he did very fantastically well. And he's a very big critic. Many of them in East Africa. We have so many of them also in my dear country in Nigeria, and we also have many of them in West Africa. So these people, when you look at what they actually stand out for, you end up loving them. And loving them, you become a fan. So in another way, characteristically, that is what is attracting so many people to become friends with these very people we are always referring to and talking about. Why? They have something exceptional which they are not afraid, without apology, exacerbate it irrespective of wherever they are. So that's a very good thing to emulate and say, wow, these are real outspoken big brothers or fathers in Africa who made so well for us, so based on things like that. So you can find them. Now, the last but not the least is the soulmate ship. Because there is no way you have found so much virtue in an individual. Now, I even make reference with somebody like Professor Patrice Lumumba, who is far away, whom I have never met before. But assume it's your next door neighbor or somebody whom you have contact with, or who is in your community, one way or the other, you will always come to one gathering that both of you will always meet. That you found such a virtue from that person, and it there happens to be man and woman. What do you think it will happen? Marriage is just a step, a stone away. Yeah, because at the end of the day, nothing could have either stopped. The man can find all this virtue in a woman. You find a man running after that woman, wants to have that woman. And you also find women, of course, women are more intelligent when it comes to discovering this kind of characteristics. Women are imbued, they are naturally wired. Yes, because women have that sense of understanding and sense of discerning quickly, whether they actually adopt it or they don't want to adopt it. But to be honest, deep down in them, they know the truth. Yeah, that is according to one philosopher, and I agree with him. Women are very sensitive; they can quickly discover this character. It might take man a week to agree or even discover character-based friendship. But you see, women do not take them 1 hour. So long you are there with them talking, blah, 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 everybody's laughing. Their brain is multitasking. They're already fishing out which character is this, which character is this. So it is quicker for them to know. So even if a man is coming to approach such a woman with such a virtue and with such a high sense of reasoning, the woman already know. You understand what I mean? So when you have this kind of soulmate ship, with any individual. It could be woman and woman. You both of you will just be good with each other. You will always be helping each other out. You will end up becoming as sisters from another mother. It is possible. I have seen it. Many of you looking at me, you have one like that who originally is not even from your village in the first place, but now you have become so tight that you have a very good understanding with yourself. So, based on this very soulmate shape, we have found so many true love and marriages that has happened today. You will find out that a boy and a girl might just start friendship. They are not dating. They are not doing anything, but they are always fond of each other. I have seen too. They are not dating yet too. This one didn't say I like you. The other one didn't say I like you. Not to say I say no, I no go agree. No, there was no such thing like that. But you will find them always one way or the other having one thing or the other to do with each other. Most likely they can be cursing each other out 247. Yeah, that happens a lot. But at the end of the day, they still cannot like outrightly part that much. I have seen that in the university days, you know. At the end of the day, before you know what's happening, soulmateship have started. So it will look as if they started as friendship. And at the end of the day, they now begin to understand that, oh, it's somebody I can be with, then they begin to date. So such relationship actually go much, much longer with good understanding than any relationship that is based on utility or that is based on pleasure. There are some girls or some boys that likes party, cafe, to go chill, to go have good time, drink, dance to music, eat pepper soup. I like it too. Me talking, I like it a lot because those days I used to go to ASO time. Yes, man. I used to go to ASO time. I will eat very long, big fish, though only one side. Only one side. But it's fun to be with. But I don't like to go there every weekend. No, I don't have that strength. But there are people that don't mind that we have the strength to go every day. So if two people who love such a thing like that meet each other, they will kill themselves with outing. That is what binds them together. So anything called secret should be taken out of that kind of friendship because it is not a friendship based on character. You don't know my character before you become my friend. But we simply love music. We love to drink. We love to eat pepper soup and fish. And we love to chase after these nice, nice girls with mini skirts. That is why we are friends. So apart from that, I don't know your home. You don't know my home. You don't know what I do. I don't even care about what you do. No, things like that. So many friendship or many things that led to marriage, which was based on utility, is not a good foundation. No, because that utility will not sustain you for a long time. You will begin to look. You will begin if you marry based on utility. If you are in the marriage already, the utility will still be there definitely because you will not starve. The money will be there, the cars will be there for you to drive, and the home will be there. But you will be looking now for pleasure-based friendship with your husband. Hey, my husband don't want to make we go out to party. My husband don't take me out. My husband don't take me this. We don't go to travel. Really? Your husband don't take you to travel? What do you mean? Do you know your husband as a traveling person or as a party person when you have utility kickback and kick from him? No. So he's not a party type. That one will get you irritated in your husband's house. Number one. Number two, my husband don't have good character. He talks to me anyhow. I don't like that. Oh yeah, but you did not get into that marriage because you love his character. It is based on utility and you are still getting the utility. So stick to your utility, man. Don't be looking for pleasure based and character based when your decision was based on utility. Stay there. If it is pleasure based because your husband likes to go out, you were dating him, he likes to jump from one cafe to another and one discotheque to another, one big party show is okay. Going to concert, fine. That's why you love him and marry him, that's fine. So if after that party you come home, he's not cleaning, he's not doing anything, he's not a man, he's not a homely man. It's just an outside man that you love. And you are complaining that your husband is not doing this. No, 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 no. He's giving you your heart desire outside when both of you go to club. Yes, that is what you do together that brought about this marriage. But if your marriage is then based on character that you love, that you cherish, the virtuousness of your partner or rather your spouse, it is a different narrative entirely. And the narrative, therefore, is that character you love about that very particular person. It could be your wife or it could be your husband, will sustain you much more because that character will still make you to have all the utility that is involved in that relationship. That very character that you love about that same man will make you to still enjoy the pleasure-based friendship that is in relationship with each other. Do you understand? Because it graduated from one stage to another in a very good sense. There was nothing utility or benefit based. No. The pleasure part was not the dominant factor. No. But the character you have discovered by yourself, things you find out even without you knowing it, without investigation, but they just simply play out before your own eyes, and you are convinced that this very person is somebody I can be with, is somebody I want to build my friendship with, is somebody I want to build my relationship with. Then you can continue. When you continue, you are almost 100% correct. Why? That very character will eventually brings about the benefit and the pleasure part of that very relationship. Why? That is the best part. Let your relationship with your husband at the end of the day be based on character and not on pleasure, not on utility. Those two things will easily fade away. But the character is inbuilt in any human being. It will only develop in any way you may have known it. It will not deteriorate because it is not fake, it is real. Pleasure is not fake. Even utility is not actually fake, but those are much more vulnerable to be negatively interpreted, such as utility. It can be exploited by coming only on one way. I'm only the one giving you, you cannot give to me, or you are not willing to give to me, or you are just there with me, supposedly because of what you're getting from me. That is exploitation of friendship. But if it happens to be going on two ways, that means it is on reciprocity ground, meaning the law of reciprocity is being met on this ground. That I'm giving to you and I'm benefiting another thing back from you, which you also can offer to me. That still will not stand the test of time when it comes to marriage, because marriage is a lifetime relationship. It's not like halfway relationship. So when you see people having fracas in relationship, first of all, look for the root basis of this very relationship that ends up in marriage. Was it actually on any of these characteristics based? Was it on utility based? And that utility could be you were just simply looking for a shelter. You are looking for where to sleep. It happens a lot here in Europe that people ends up in the hands of a man because at some point they were homeless. They have nowhere to turn to. So they end up being in the house of a man or end up being in the house of a woman. After staying for some time, one thing led to another. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, automatically husband and wife is already been ushered. But in the real sense, would you tell me that that relationship was actually built on true character? Which, see, these true characteristics is what brings about love. So if I begin to say the marriage is not built on love, it's like I'm actually skipping the main ingredients that brings about that love, that will bind that very um, holy matrimony. Now, let me tell you something. If you bind your marriage on that utility, that means what we call love is not there. The utility part is only where the love operates. But when it is built on character, that is the fundamental basic of that relationship. Every other thing will fall in. Why? Because whom that person is what you are loving, not what that person can offer or what that person is capable of. But no, the real characteristics of that very individual, the person that is behind that very structure of individual. It's like you are knowing the spirit of that same person, something like that. That is the reason why you are going in for that relationship. You are going in for that friendship, and you are going in and solidifying it to become marriage. And such solemnization will last for a very long time. Why? That character will stand a test of time. That virtuousness and that virtue you found in that person will definitely stand the test of time. Not utility, not pleasure, because when pleasure stops, the marriage will become very sour. And when the utility is not flowing anymore, the marriage becomes sour and it will eventually break up ultimately. That is what happens. But when it is based on that characteristics, then you will begin to say, oh, this is true love. Money cannot buy love. It is true. Money can buy love. Even if the money was there from beginning to the end, still love will not be bought. Love comes from the inside. Love comes from personal conviction. Love can't be fake. Love is like fire that should keep burning at all times. Keep burning, keep burning. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe now you know kind of friendship. So, folks, you should think about the kind of friendship you have. What kind of friendship do you have? Don't mistake your utility friendship for pleasure friendship. No. That is why sometimes you call some of your friends, say, let's go to that party. I know they go party, I'm not a party person. And you get offended. Don't mind an idiot. He doesn't like to go to party. No, he's not an idiot. You are not a pleasure friend. He's a utility friend. He doesn't like to go to party. I don't like to go to parties. But if it is a reggae concert or a reggae party, you don't need to invite me. I will be the first to be dancing on the floor before the rest people comes. If you invite me to R&B party, that is when I will begin to tell you, actually, I wanted to sleep today very well. Just giving excuses because I don't want to go. If you kukuma invite me to our normal party, oh my God, do I really want to hear that heavy sound or maybe that kind of rowdy place? Nah. It is not my interest. So if you now call me, if you call me your friend, because we have what we do together, which is not really like about me and you going to hang out together. If you call me to go there and I disappoint you, you might be irritated somehow. But if you do, you are not correct to be irritated because I am not your pleasure friend. We are utility friends. Yeah, if you need anything, come. If I need anything, I come. That's all we do. So party is different. I'm not a party type. You are a party type. God bless you, but I am not. So you don't have to be angry with me. And if you have a pleasure friend and you are not gaining anything beneficial from that friend, you also don't have right to be angry. Why? Both of you simply like to go to party. Hold your money, I hold my money, but we love to go together to go groove. That's very good. You see a lot of European children, they have more pleasure friendship than utility friendship. Most of them don't even practice utility friendship because I can imagine, are you able to, what can you give to a European child to be able to sway monetarily now? No, it is no, they don't understand that. But you will find out that they can easily form a group, even if they are not really, really, really friends, and plan to go a holiday to somewhere. But they are not really that two good friends, but they can create pleasure friendship group and make a travel of a group. Yes, I have seen it. My daughter have done it with some friends here in Belfast. They went to Giant Causeway to go have fun. They went to all the coastline to see all those stuff. Why? They are not all of them know each other, but they make a pleasure friend group and all of them agreed. They pay the money to a company, blah, blah, blah. They all move in groups. So things like that. So would you say just because we had a trip together, so I have right now to ask you for money or ask you for a specific favor. So if you now refuse to do it, then I will be angry with you. I don't mind as a selfish guy. Which day me and you establish give and take friendship? No, we simply go have fun. That's all. And that's where it ends. So most time we don't know how to draw the line or draw the curtain or properly describe what we are into at any given point in time so that we don't misunderstand it and begin to fight ourselves unnecessarily. So if I was never your friend of pleasure, I would disappoint you based on pleasure. If I never was your friend of character, so why would you be angry that my character is dirty? Is that why me and you would be friends before? No. You like nothing about my character before. What you love about me is the utility part. So why are you not judging me based on character? Shut up. You are not my friend. You understand? So, my people, that is just what I want you to understand shortly. Let's see how many minutes have I been talking here. Is this good? Yeah, sure. Still very much good. So that is just the definition of friends. And actually, friendship is what the whole beginning is before you can have intimacy. And you can definitely have a soulmate. And a soulmate is somebody that you have at heart. as somebody having you at heart, that sometimes you almost feel the same thing the person is feeling because you are actually not only physically connected, you are also somehow psychologically and spiritually connected. Why? You have good thoughts with each other and you always reason and place your own friend in your own situation and make sure that even in your own meditation and in your own secret place, you wish him well or you wish her well. Not otherwise, then that is not friendship. So that simply means this is a friendship based on benefit or utility, or a friendship based on pleasure because we have the same interest of fun. We have, you are a reggae man, I'm a reggae man, we are both Rasta, so let's go. That doesn't mean we're friends. No, you are a Rasta brethren. I can accept that. That we are now friends. No, what I believe much more is to have friendship based on character, people with impeccable character, people with character that is very, 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 very attractive, polite. I like people that are polite. I like people that smiles. Yeah, just smiles because smiling is very healthy. Don't unnecessarily bone your face as if the whole world is against you. No, things like that. And I like people that are funny. But these are also pleasure based. And I have utility friends who are people I know, okay, if I call this guy, I can get this thing done. If I call that guy, I can get this thing done. I would definitely call them. Yeah. And they will always stand by me and do it because if they ever have any reason to call me too, I will not opt to, I will not ought to tell them no. I will not deny them. I will stand out to also stand for them. But that does not mean we have pleasure together. Me and many of them have never been to party one day. You understand? Now we've grown to the extent that they like my character and I also like their character. So based on that, you begin to see that people are becoming more close to each other. They know each other, that even behind you, they can end up vouching for you. Any friend whom you have as a friend based on utility cannot vouch for you behind you properly. That is when you say, oh, but I thought they were friends. Why you just betray a friend? Yes, you don't know a character before. Only they were friends because they have some similar pleasure time together or some reason they have, how do I best put it, that they have anything to do with each other or they have some exchange they can easily offer each other. So based on that, that's why they were friends in the first place. So things like that is what we should keep in mind anytime you are having any contact with somebody. Yes, so that you don't misunderstand when things go wrong. You already know. And you also know what you now end up telling that your friend, because if it has to do with utility and you are discussing something character based, you are confusing the whole friendship and the understanding because you don't even know this guy that much whom you are telling this whole character based story. So if the person did not react appropriately or may even just react based on his or her own mind, you might get offended or you might even end up being misled. Why? You are telling a novice that doesn't know anything about these characteristics you're describing. So, my people, that is what we should do. Wow, let me quickly go through some comment. Let's see, Monica King, Diamond Water. Oh, the, okay, Diamond Water Con is as well for here. It doesn't matter what you say. This is me. Everything I have said since, I didn't buy it from you. It is my talk. I study it myself, so it will not change anything you say. You fooling yourself, so you continue. Please don't answer anybody, yeah? But amongst you, understand your state. Understand your state of mind and understand any relationship you are into and anywhere you are, yeah? So that you don't get things twisted or you don't get it wrong. You understand? So you don't tell me what to wear. There you go. Yes, I don't block Diamond Water, who is my new dressing manager. Don't worry, next time I will ask you which pants I go wear. Tell me, I beg. Well, let's read some comment. I think these are some of the reasons why a lot of people have issues with friendship because the type of friendship wasn't established. Exactly. No, it is not well established. You understand? Because let me give you a very good instance right now. Yeah. It's possible because I can't possibly believe that this person even know me, somebody like this Diamond Water right now. This person is joining a friend now, possibly to insult me because the friend is insulting me. That is the kind of friendship they have, for instance. Now, if tomorrow that her friend betray her, she will say, "Oh, I was fighting for you. I was insulting Daddy Cool because of you. So you don't even have reason to have insulted me before, but you were doing it on behalf of somebody you have called a friend." But if that friend do something different from your expectation, you begin to say, you you betray me. No, nobody betrayed you. You were a friend of pleasure. You have pleasure in stupidity. That is why you were a friend with that kind of a person. So why will you be expecting the good character or utility from that person when that is not the basic of your friendship? That is why people will say, "Oh, I fight for you. I didn't get anything back." Oh, were you fighting to get something back? That is your friendship. So why would you expect my pleasure or expect me, my character, to be of any benefit to you? It is not possible. You understand? So that is one of the reasons why you see people will usually have fracas with themselves and begin to misunderstand themselves because even boyfriend and girlfriend, the same thing. Oh, you don't understand? Yeah, boyfriend and girlfriend, the same thing. So, oh, this thing they very whatever, this thing they very whatever. At the end of the day, you discover that the girl is complaining, he does not give me time. Really, time? No, he gives you money, a lot of it. That is his own time that you are looking for. You got it. So what's your point with physical time? It's not done. You understand? So those are the things we should keep in mind whenever we are into any friendship or contact with somebody so that we don't get it wrong. My pastor usually says these are some friends who come into your life for a reason, some for a reason and some more for a lifetime. That is true, Mama Kelly Waters. Let me tell you something. We tend to pray for destiny helper. I don't know where they got that term from, but from my own understanding, if at all there is actually a destiny helper, there is no angel who is your destiny helper that will come from heaven. Your characteristics will pave a way for you. The Bible said it that the gift of a man maketh a way for him. Do you understand? So your gift is your characteristics, what you are, your virtue, that will eventually pave a way for you. So that is why it is good for us to be very humble and do the right thing. Yeah. So you don't become stupid because of somebody else. No, it is about you. So it is very, very true because when somebody good comes into your life, it is actually for a reason. Yeah. Whether positive reason or negative reason, whichever way, it is for a reason you are having such an individual coming into your own life. Many pastors have said it. I think Mama Kelly Water just repeated that now. Say, forgive me, sir. Diamond Water, God bless you. It's okay. It's okay. That is very true, man. Yeah. So I'm only just like a share that you could say now friendship if stupidity them. Yes, nah, that is a friendship of stupidity that you will say because A, you are supporting A and he hate me so much and you are joining that A to cost me 247. That's not friendship. Even if it is not me, somebody else, is still not friendship. That is friendship based on stupidity, except that it's not in the list of Aristotle, okay? So we just add them because we recently discovered that there are many friendships built on stupidity. Yeah. So my people, this will bring us to the end of the show this evening. Let me quickly advise based on whether you are not taking your friendship or your relationship to fiancé level. Hmm? Make sure it is not based on utility. But friendship based on utility is not wrong. It is very, very good. But what you shouldn't do, let it remain on that utility level and not onto fiancé level. If it goes to fiancé level, it's just a step to marriage, and that utility still bound the friendship together. Assuming that flow is no longer there, the character does not matter to you, the pleasure part does not matter to you. Based on utility, you are jumping into marriage. It will crash so quick. That's why we have so many marriages that crashes today. But there are so many relationships that whether they are rich or they are poor, they have to eat, they don't have to eat, they are bind and knitted together as one. Why? That love of that characteristics thing that they both found in their heart for each other will stand the test of time. That the things you think they are suffering is not like that in their own eyes. They see it differently. They see it as a passing time. Why? Something is there. Haven't you seen some men will run away and leave their women because there's no money? Some women run away and leave their men because there's no money. So, because you can't find an impeccable character in your spouse and come on the issue of lack of money will make you run away. It's not possible. You won't even reason that. It will not come to your thought. It will not be part of your consideration at all. You will rather be looking for a constructive way of bringing about solution to that very situation, confronting your relationship as of that time. Then you know that these people are indeed into business. They mean business with themselves. Not when the demand and supply fails, whether both on pleasure one or on both on pleasure one or on the other one, which is utility, then we have a big question there. If that will stand the test of time, I have never seen it standing the test of time. So you need to have a very, very good look at somebody you're dating right now, somebody you plan to marry, somebody you plan to stay with. Let the character attract you. Let the virtue of that personality attract you. Whether there is money right now, there is no money right now. No, did you know if you actually go into relationship because of love, actually, and both of you put your heads together because two heads are better than one. True love, put your head together, two heads are better than one. Did you know in no time you will be on top together? You will make it. You must make it. You must make it. There is no way you will not make it. There is no way you will not be able to achieve your heart desire. Why? Two heads are coming together to become one, and they are better than anything else. They can reason. They can come. They can still argue. Yeah, they will argue some reasonable thing out and agree on a particular thing, and they will attack it together. There is no way they will not fall down any mountain and grade through. Yeah. Check out many husband and wife making big wave. This is what they do. They are together. They are one, not two. Just like the scripture have said, but it has to come with the character you found with that person that must attract you. Don't let it be on utility, that will fail. Don't let it be on pleasure, that will still fail. But that character for life, it will not fail. It will stand the test of time, man. You understand that? So choose right, folks. Like me, I don't have to choose again. I have crossed that hurdle. Now I know better. Thank God I didn't make mistakes. So it is time to warn the younger ones. Say, hey, this is how to go about it. These are what friendship means. This one lead to marriage. This one lead to marriage. This one lead to marriage. But not all the three of them can sustain marriage. The first two not go sustain marriage, but the last one, now till death do you part, that will sustain your relationship. You won't have a break of heart. Do you think it's really normal for a man to have a child and have a relationship and wouldn't be willing to go pay the bride price or lay ownership traditionally and as custom demand? Do you think it's a very normal thing? No, it's not. You keep having children, but the man is not willing to do the right thing. So on what ground is that relationship built upon? That means the man has not found your character worthy to own. It's as simple as that. I don't need to speak too much grammar about that. A man that is really that has really found something spectacular about you, wants to own you for life. And one of those way to do it is to go meet your parents. That is the first knocking point. Pay your dues, pay your bride price or dowry as given. Then it's all yours. Then if you still want to go to church to get church blessing, it's an additional blessing. But the most important one is that one you go down to your parents, and your parents, who are the owner of the woman, will hand the woman over to the man, having the kingsmen around and the whole egbe, and you provide all the demands. Then officially that woman is yours. So before you can even do that, you have found a good character. That is why the Bible says, he that findeth a woman finds a good thing. In this case, utility is not going to be a good thing when it comes to marriage, and pleasure is not a good thing when it comes to marriage. But what is character is the good thing. When you find, then you will obtain favor from the Lord. Because the utility marriage will not even wait to receive the favor. Before favor comes, they're already broken, because the man cannot sustain that very relationship anymore. The flow is no longer there as it was those days, So before the favor of the Lord comes, the marriage is already broken. Is it pleasure? The same thing, because pleasure costs a lot of money. You have a woman that wants to go to holiday 6 times a year. Having pleasure from here to there, that will cost a whole lot of money and also time. Because if you have to go to that 6 times a year holiday, you need some times off. Abi? Yeah. So if you cannot keep up with that, do you think that relationship will stand long? No. But those that found characteristics as one of the golden thing to hold on to, they will enjoy both the utility part and the pleasure part, while sticking to the character, making it as the basis of their foundation of relationship and friendship. Then, if those people decide, those people easily decide to quickly get married and own themselves. The same enthusiasm the woman will have to marry that man is the same way the man will reciprocate in enthusiasm to marry the woman. So such joy easily will not diminish. It will last long, a very long joy. You understand? So keep this little advice by the grace of God. Tomorrow morning, I shall be speaking about false teaching, deception, what you should not listen to, and things you should watch out for. That if you hear your pastor saying things like that, this is what he actually meant. So those are the few things we'll talk about tomorrow, if God willing, except my mind is telling me to say something else, then that is okay. Otherwise, that's what we're going to speak about tomorrow by the grace of God. So today, I hope you have learned about friendship. Not friends we talk about, so that you don't get it twisted. We simply talk about friendship. Inside friendship is where you have friend, and depends on which of the friends is your friend. Utility type, pleasure type, or character-based type. So that is it so far, my people. Happy Saturday and have good time. I really hope. Okay, fine. Everybody say yes, yes, yes. That means the una all enjoyed. God bless you all. Thank you very, very much. Oh, somebody is calling the Yeki phone, but Yeki is sleeping, yeah? So God bless you all, my people. It doesn't matter what anybody say, but I want to tell you, stick to knowledge, man. Knowledge is power. I am powerful because of what I know, and I carried it out. You understand? So the words of other people can't possibly describe my personality. I will always say, their description can never fit my inscription. Impossible. Let me talk. But that's what it's supposed to be. I don't even need to be the one to talk, my people. So God bless you. Thank you very much. Have a good evening and have fun. But please meditate upon what we discuss. Don't just discard it. Let this be our benefit at such a time like this. Yeah. Think about what kind of friendship do you really have? Is it because of this person is your friend, or is it because of this you are a friend to such a person? So that you can properly recondition your mind, so that your mentality will be right. Then you don't get easily disappointed. You don't get easily angered when said. That is why I can't be angry when somebody insults me. I don't know you. I would be laughing. We don't even have contact. So what do I have to do to get out? So if you are having or maintaining friend of stupidity, so I don't have any friend of stupidity. Yes. You understand me? So it's always like that, my people. Yeah, think about this thing, reason it, and please dwell with it, enjoy it, and let your heart absorb the good part of so that you can constructively be able to live. See, if your mentality is not reshaping, if your mentality, your way of reasoning, your psychological understanding, it is not up to, it is not optimal. Let's put it that way. You easily can opt for anything that is not worth it. That is what we have seen in this very cyberspace, especially our Edo, that you see many information are being misled, but it's not beneficial to us, to be honest. You understand? So I prefer to come this way and try to at least let our people know this is what certain things are in their own right description and senses. Shalom, salam alaikum, and have a nice evening. Yeah. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate you all joining me. And we have 121 on all channels watching. Oh, lovely. I hope you all enjoy it. Okay. So, tomorrow, by the grace of God, I will come up again and I will be considering the American people. That's why we have to shift it down no longer in the morning time. Please pardon me. I would like to start, let's say, between 2 and 3 henceforth so that the American continent people are also following. They can also watch it live. But they do watch it thereafter, but I think it is more enjoyable when they are following the whole program live and how we discuss. But now we are not doing call-in program just yet because the program does not really require. I know many of you have questions. Don't worry, you can actually call Iyeki about this because she's also listening and understanding then. Or you drop it on the comment section, then I will definitely reply to you. Yeah? One love.